I'm joined by Maddy Schultz, graduate student at West Georgia, University of West Georgia. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. How are you doing today, Maddie?
Good. How are you?
Good. I know you're in. I saw you're in Florida preparing for a tournament. I think that starts on Sunday. So
Yeah, so we're actually leaving from West Georgia tomorrow to head down to Destin for the Golf Week Fall Invitational. So,
cool. So how's the start of the season been for you? You go to West Georgia. So yeah, how's the start of the season been? And can you tell me a little bit about West Georgia?
yeah, so we've played two tournaments so far. Season's off to a pretty good start. We've got two pretty strong tournaments left in our schedule. So, yeah, should be fun. West Georgia, we're a Division II university. We're located in Carrollton, Georgia, so about 40 minutes west of Atlanta. Um, we play in the Gulf South Conference. Um, yeah, I love it here. Obviously, I've been here, came back for an extra year, so wouldn't change anything about it.
Yes, you came back. So you said you're currently a graduate student, so I'm interested to know, once you graduate, you're a senior, then you declare that you're a graduate student. What's the process like to become a graduate student, both, applying for, your degree, classes and all that, and also athletics wise, what's the process like to be a graduate student, if you can, provide as much detail as you can, what it was like for you to, transition from being a senior to now being a graduate student.
Yeah, so it was pretty unique situation for me. So my freshman year was when COVID hit. So we were all granted an extra year of eligibility. I never thought I was going to go to grad school, but I just kind of took this opportunity, applied, and I'm doing my master's in business administration with a concentration in marketing right now. It's definitely been a huge adjustment from my undergrad degree. Workload is a lot heavier. Um, I have classes from 5:30 to 9:45 twice a week, so it's kind of at that very tail end of practice time. So just kind of having to adjust to that. Maybe sometimes practicing on my own, making sure I'm still getting in everything I need to do, but it's really just about finding a good balance.
Yes, talked about balancing it, and there's a lot of workload. So I'm interested to know what it's like. What is it like for you to be a graduate student? In terms of like, how is it to balance, your classes, your coursework, and your obligations, traveling to tournaments, practices, play workouts, things like that.
Yeah, so like I said, I only have classes twice a week, which is kind of nice. So
Okay.
I'll use those other days throughout the week to kind of plan out homework and things like that to try and get it done before practice time. And then especially weeks that we are on the road, I'm not the type of person that wants to be looking at my homework while we're at tournaments. Some people, like even some of my teammates, they like kind of like that distraction, but I'm not one of those people. So it's just trying to make sure like my priorities are in check and getting everything done when it needs to get done.
Yeah. So you're a grad student now, but you got your bachelor's in mass communications. Why did you choose to study communication? And what do you hope to do after your time at West Georgia with your bachelor's in master's mass communications?
Yeah, so I actually changed my major four times in my undergrad, so a little bit indecisive, but I started at marketing. Very quickly realized that I was not a math person because I had to take several accounting classes. So I kind of switched over to mass communications because it was a similar degree to marketing, in my opinion. Um, and then obviously, like I said, now I'm doing my master's in business with a focus on marketing. But after I get done playing, I'm going to try and go to Q school and play professional golf for a couple years. If that's not kind of, if that doesn't end up being the lifestyle I want, I'm going to probably go into doing kind of golf admin work because I've had a lot of experience doing that and I really enjoy that. So
Yeah. You talked about working in golf admin. So you have, you know, volunteered at the Tour Championship at Eastlake. I'm interested to know, because I volunteered at, an Epson Tour event here, junior tournaments. But you volunteered, at a PGA Tour tournament. So what is it like, to volunteer at a PGA Tour tournament? What did you do as a volunteer?
So we done this so really since my freshman year. As a team, we go into like the merchandise shop for the tour championship and kind of unload all those pods and help set up the merchandise area. And then in return, they the everyone at East Lake kind of helps support our golf programs here at West Georgia. They have like a really good connection between East Lake Tour Championship and like sports management and things like that. So
So in addition to volunteering at the Tour Championship, you have interned for several years with the Georgia State Golf Association as an operations intern and as a boatwright intern. I know I tried applying to be a boatwright intern, but I didn't get it. But yeah, how did you end up getting these internships with the Georgia State Golf Association? Can you tell me about your experience being an intern?
yeah, so I started as an operations intern with the GSGA Junior Tour, and I did that for one summer. Basically just running around Georgia, helping run mostly single day junior golf events. And then from my supervisor in the junior tour, he kind of told me about this um boatwright internship. So I just kind of applied. Not I wasn't really expecting to get it because I hadn't had a ton of admin experience, obviously only that one summer. And I happened to get it. And it was honestly like one of the best experiences of my life. I met so many incredible people. Getting to help run these very high amateur events in Georgia. It's very similar responsibilities to when I worked with the junior tour. I did commute to our headquarters, which is in Atlanta, every day, pretty much during the summer. So helping do prep work for our amateur events. And then I was brought back this last summer as a second year boatwright intern, and I had a few more responsibilities with that. So I've now had quite a bit of experience with that, and I really, really love it. So, yeah.
Yeah, you talked about loving it. What did you like and what did you dislike about being an intern with the Georgia State Golf Association?
Honestly, there's not much I could say that was bad about interning with the GSGA. Definitely a lot of long hours and a lot of long weeks. But just being able to travel all around Georgia, watching really good golf and just being part of history of golf in Georgia was a really unique opportunity. So
Yeah, and what did you learn from your intern experience and what do you think you can take, you know, to other aspects, after, your time with the Georgia State Golf Association?
yeah, I mean, it was really my first, I guess, quote unquote, full-time job. It felt like a full-time job, at least for those 3 months during the summer. So just kind of figuring out how to balance that working life, plus still trying to play in my own golf tournaments, which everyone at the GSGA was like so willing to work with me and um, allow me to still play and practice while during my internship. So just kind of more on that, figuring out a balance between like work life, golf, social life, and things like that. So
That's cool. I want to get into your early golfing career now. So can you tell me how you got started playing golf? What did you just get started playing yourself? Did a family member or a sibling get you started? And what age did you begin playing golf?
yeah, so when I was really small, I would just kind of like hit golf balls around. Like I thought it was something fun to do, but I didn't really take it seriously until I was probably 12 or 13 years old. And I mean, that's pretty late for anyone who wants to take golf to the next level, whether that's collegiately or professionally. But I got into it because of my grandparents. So they played a lot. I remember getting my first set um, of golf clubs. I'm originally from Charlotte, North Carolina, and when we lived there, I just remember being like 4 or 5 years old, and we had like a huge backyard going out into the back and just like hitting plastic wiffle balls in the backyard. But the second I picked up a golf club, I just knew like that's what I wanted to do and that's what I was passionate about. So yeah.
Okay, so you said you're from Charlotte, North Carolina, but you live in Georgia now. So what age did you move from Charlotte to Georgia, and how has it been, living in Georgia now?
We moved to Georgia when I was 10 years old, so I've been here for quite a bit of time now. But it was honestly the areas we live in Georgia and North Carolina were pretty similar. So that wasn't a huge adjustment, but um, yeah.
Growing up, did you play junior or high school golf? And if you did, can you tell me about some of the tournaments you played in, or just some of your earliest golfing memories growing up?
Yeah, so I played junior golf. I played on Hurricane Tour, Southeastern Tour, GSGA, pretty much growing up. And then in high school, I also played in high school. I played my sophomore and junior years, I played on our high school boys team because we did not have a functioning women's team at the high school I went to. Um, so that was a really, really fun and kind of challenging thing that I did. And I was still able to advance to our state championships my junior and senior year. So
Nice. What were some of your favorite golfing memories growing up?
I think just like going, honestly, like I had mentioned, not taking golf super seriously, like playing tournaments and things like that until I was 12 or 13. But when I was younger, just going out to the driving range and like randomly just like hitting balls or whatever with my grandfather, like some of my favorite memories. So yeah.
So now after high school junior golf, you are in all GSC, that's Gulf South Conference, standout at West Georgia. What has it been like for you playing at West Georgia for the Wolves?
It has been such an awesome opportunity. I love this school so much and I love getting to play for the coaches that I play for. Also, teammates are awesome. We just constantly support one another. So just like pushing each other day in and day out at practice, and just continuously seeing so much progress in my own personal golf game to be able to um, have those all conference recognitions.
When you were choosing what school to attend, were you always looking at attending West Georgia? Like, were you always set on attending West Georgia, or were there other schools you were considering attending?
No, actually. So West Georgia was kind of a very last minute decision for me. I had been looking at some even smaller Division 2 schools as well as Division 3 schools, and I had a couple of possible walk-on opportunities at Division 1 schools, but I just remember one day I was just looking through some other Division 2 schools and I came across West Georgia and I was like, I might as well try. Filled out a recruiting questionnaire. Coaches got back to me immediately. And then I came on a visit and honestly fell in love with the campus, fell in love with, or just my coaches were awesome from the get go. So yeah, it's kind of
Um,
how.
nice. Well, I wasn't good enough to play college golf, so it's very impressive even that you get to play at the Division 2 level. Um, so at West Georgia, does your team have a home course, or are there, courses around campus that you play at or practice at regularly?
Yeah, so we have pretty much directly across from campus. We play out of Sunset Hills Country Club. And then we also have a couple other golf courses that we have access to. Oak Mountain, which is about 10 minutes away, and then Mirror Lake, which is about 30 or so minutes from our campus.
Can you tell me what it was like to win the 2021 Gulf South Conference Championship as a team?
Yeah, it was very, very nerve-wracking tournament for sure. I would say just that whole year, the overall dynamic of our team was probably the best that it's ever been. Um, our who is now our head coach, she was our assistant at the time. She was mostly with us during that event, and then we also had a different graduate assistant at the time. Just like I said, the overall dynamic of the team was really great. We had won 2 times that year leading into the conference. And then at conference, after the first day, we were leading by, I want to say, 12 or 13 shots and ended up winning by 1. So definitely a very nerve-wracking experience. But definitely probably my best memory since being at West Georgia. Just kind of being part of only the second conference title in school history is really special. So
Yeah, it's probably nerve-wracking, but very incredible. Probably for you to win that conference championship with your team.
yes.
Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, but you have played in numerous NCAA regionals. Um, so I've never played in NCAA regionals. What is it like to compete at NCAA regionals? And I'm sure it's very nerve-wracking. Only, what is it, the top 5 or 6 teams then go on to the national championship. But talk to me about NCAA regionals and what it's like to compete in them.
Yeah, so I played in one NCAA regional my sophomore year, so the year we won conference. We just narrowly missed out on qualifying as a team and individually for nationals, which obviously that would be the goal. But yeah, just the overall tournament experience was really great. It was run super well. The golf course it was held at was Cleveland Country Club in Cleveland, Tennessee. Um, so they were super hospitable. And then yeah, it was just really great experience. I would say we're probably in the toughest region in Division 2. So just getting to play against all those schools and a lot of really talented players was a really good experience.
Yeah, you talked about Cleveland Country Club. That's Lee University's home course, and yeah, I interviewed, was it 2 weeks ago? I interviewed the Lee University coach. Um,
Oh,
Now getting into this season, you had a great start to your season. You finished second individually in your team's opening tournament, in South Carolina. Can you recap this tournament for me and also describe what it was like to finish second individually?
yeah, so just like the overall environment of that tournament, just starting off the season that way was a lot of fun. I just had family move to that area of South Carolina, so I had a lot of support out there for that event. So that made not necessarily pressure on myself to perform well, but I was just having a lot of fun playing that week. I opened the tournament with a 72 and then back that up with my personal collegiate low, which was 68. And it was actually my first bogey free round. So that was really cool. Obviously, had an opportunity to get my first individual win in college. Didn't get that done, but the girl who ended up winning just played exceptional golf and just, yeah, that was my highest finish so far. So just starting off the season that well, it's given me a lot of confidence for the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, I think second is very impressive. I was listening to some interviews with some, high level Division 1 players, and they were saying that, college tournaments are especially difficult to win, and that it takes, a lot of luck just to win a college tournament individually. So I
Very
still
true.
think
Yeah.
second is very impressive. So now um your team is getting ready to prepare for the Golf Week Invitational, which begins Sunday in Florida. So I'm interested to know, can you take me through what it's like, for a college team to prepare, for a tournament?
Yeah, so I feel like we all individually, we all kind of prepare differently. Um Obviously we'll have structured practice all during the week where we'll do different short game and putting drills or different on course competitions. But for me personally, I like focus most of my time on putting and short game. Just mostly making sure I have doing a lot of different drills with like start line for putting. And then I don't like messing with my swing a lot the week of a tournament. I just want to kind of get a feel of how my ball striking is, like kind of the shaped shot that I'm hitting. But I spent a lot of time on the actual golf course the week of the tournament, just kind of practicing different shots and just getting comfortable with kind of the state of my game going into a tournament.
So this is your final season of college golf. Can you recap just for me, looking back, all the way to freshman year, can you just recap, what it's been like for you to be a college golfer?
It's been just a really special, unique experience. I feel very, very fortunate to have been able to spend 5 years at the same university under the same coaches. Um, Going into college golf, I was not that good of a player. And I've just kind of proven how much putting hard work into things I can see the results. Yes, like scoring average has gone down significantly every year. Um, but yeah, it's been a great experience. I'm not ready for it to end, so I'm just kind of cherishing every tournament and having as many good memories as I can.
That's cool. Now to finish up our interview, I want to get into some rapid fire questions. So this will just be, the first thing that comes to your mind, just to get to know you a little bit better. So the first question I have is, who are your favorite golfers, both, male PGA Tour and female LPGA Tour?
Male Will Zalatoris, female Jessica Corda.
Okay, Will Zalatoris. Not many people are fans of his. Why Will Zalatoris?
I just really like his game, and I think watching him play is a lot of fun. And then just like seeing him for so long not breaking through on the PGA Tour, and then finally winning, it was just I don't know. I think he's awesome.
What is your lowest score for 18 holes? So what is your lowest round of 18 holes ever?
Competitively 68, just regular playing 66.
Where would dream vacations, where would you go on your dream vacation?
I really want to go to Bora Bora. Another place would be Greece.
Nice. Your dream, what would be your dream foursome? So you and three other people, they can be dead or alive in golf or outside of golf. Who are you playing with? Three other players, and where are you playing with? Or where are you playing at? What
Yeah,
course?
I'm gonna have to go with me, two favorite golfers, Jessica Corda, Will Zalatoris, and Josh Allen at Augusta National.
I have to ask you, you're a Bills fan. How did you become a Bills fan growing up, in Georgia and North Carolina?
So my mom's whole side of the family are from Buffalo, New York. So we're all Bills fans.
Well, I'm a Cardinals fan and they're not very good, so we'll just leave it at that. But we did beat Dallas this past weekend. What are the top three courses you've ever played? So, top three courses you've gotten to play anywhere in the world, you would say.
Yeah, so I mean, I've obviously played a lot of great courses through college and like amateur tournaments. But I'm gonna stick with my three favorite in Georgia, and it's gotta be Old Tacoma Farm, Rivermont, and Seaside Course at Sea Island.
Okay. Yeah, I got to go to Sea Island. My grandmother lives out by just like 30 minutes from Hilton Head, so I go to Hilton Head a lot. So
Oh yeah.
South Carolina, so I got to go down to Sea Island in Georgia someday. What courses are on your bucket list? So, hypothetically, if you could play any course in the world, what courses would you want to play in the world?
I say the two that came to mind first would be Pebble Beach and Torrey Pines.
What's your favorite club in your bag?
Driver.
Do you hit it a long way, or do you just hit a lot of fairways?
I'm not a super long hitter, but yeah, I would say I'm more consistent over anything.
Nice. So what's the strength of your game? You said driver's your favorite bag. Is driving the ball the strength of your game, or is it more short game, chipping and putting?
I would say driving is a strength of mine, but I think my short game is probably the best part of my game.
So these are two interesting questions I thought of. Who inspires you?
Inspires me, I would say I have just met there are so many people that I've met playing in college golf at the Division 2 level who have gone on to play professionally. One a girl I actually played with at regionals qualified last year to the LPGA tour. So just probably one of those people.
Mhm. My final question for you today is, who do you look up to? It can be in golf or outside of golf. Who do you look up to?
Definitely my mom.
Nice. What is it about your mom that you look up to?
She just has gone through a lot of things and she just always fights through and battles back. So she just kind of shows me that I can really I can really get through anything and I can do anything that I set my mind to. So, and she supports me unconditionally. So,
Nice. Well, Maddie, thank you so much for taking the time to conduct this interview with me, and good luck this the rest of the season.
absolutely. Thank you so much for having
Yeah.
me.